Hello and welcome back to our run through of Let's Defend. Today we're going to pick up where we left off, finishing up the October 2020 exercises. Today it's going to cover October 29th. This is going to be SOC102 EventID 26 for Proxy suspicious URL detected. And like always, I'm going to go through and take the information they give us, copy and paste it into a notepad for basically jotting down notes, and we'll go ahead and get started. Take ownership of event 26, and there we go. Alright, so what do we get? Source information, source host name, destination address, the actual URL, and the user agent used. User agent of firewall test don't block. Yeah. That doesn't look suspicious at all. In other words, that's a lot of sarcasm. Okay, so first things first, let's go ahead and take a look. We'll grab this James R. Longacre.ac.ug. I have no idea what .ug is. .ug. Uganda. Oh, with the rooster in the center. Something? Some sort of animal. Yeah, some bird. Okay, yeah. So I don't really expect that we're going to be reaching out realistically for any legitimate purpose to a Ugandan web domain. But so we'll go ahead and pop that in there. And thankfully, considering the fact that it's, as it is right now, what, about a month and a half old, there is a virus total detection for that full URL with the actual file that was attached that's over a month old. And that gives us 12 out of 80 detections, all of it being malicious. Now, the problem is that, and I've looked, this full-on URL with the ac-.exe at the end of it does not show up in hybrid analysis or any .run. Thankfully, there is a mention of it underneath URL scan.io, but it looks like it didn't really end up going anywhere. And at the time, it was going to, what, Russian space? At least according to scan URL scan. So we take a look at the reputation of the IP address. It's a colo exchange, has poor email rep. The web reputation's neutral. Not on any blacklists, but according to the Talos intelligence, malware, which kind of lines up with the whole aspect for what we just had previously observed in Virus Total. Email rep is neutral to poor on average for the surrounding IP space. So how about the domain itself? Web reputation, untrusted, poor. Threat category, malware sites. Yeah, I don't think that we're going to be doing a firewall test to a bunch of malware sites. So, as an interesting aspect, let's see if anybody else has reached out to this inside. Oh no, I don't want to do that. Not endpoint security. I want log management. I want to see if anybody else has tried to go out to this. So we'll start with the search address. Nada. We go destination address. It does confirm that device action blocked for Chrome. And we have an MD5. So, okay. Nothing else has gone out to that, at least. At least I think. What was the source address? 172.16.17.47. Okay, that is the Bill prod machine, so that's at least confirmed there. So if we did not have the log management to go through to include the MD5, at least I'm assuming this is going to be for that ac.exe. Back in the virus total for the full thing. So it's divided up, at least the results, into 3 different categories: detections, details, community. Underneath details, there is a body SHA-256 hash. If we take that hash and just search virus total for itself, we do come up with something. Looks like nanocore Trojan, dropper. Yeah, so basically nothing good. Or password stealer, depending as to which way you want to look at it. And then taking this hash that we just got from the body SHA-256, we can find that there has been an actual sandbox done. Well, okay, maybe not. There has been no report generated and without the file. But basically, we know enough that this is bad. Very bad. All right, so let's go back. I'm going to take that process. MD5, that's there. Yeah, that's definitely different. So let's pop her in here. That is just Microsoft Explorer. Or Windows Explorer. Okay. Well, that's not going to help us at all with this then. But okay, so we didn't actually get it from here. The only way to actually figure out exactly what it was would be to grab the body SHA-256 from the virus total entry. Nobody else reached out to it. So if we go endpoint, build prods from a previous exercise already in containment. Do we see? No. Nothing worth in the browser history. No command history. Network connections. Courses, Casio. We got Chrome. We got an XLSM, so a macros enabled spreadsheet. And this is unrelated, but yeah, so it's an overly detected macro enabled spreadsheet. But that's not really the reason as to why we're involved with this. Okay, so we've got all this stuff. Let's go ahead and go back to case management and we'll go through the playbook. Oh wait, no, not case management. Monitoring. And then the investigation channel. It's been 3-4 days since I've done anything with this, thanks to the SolarWinds and FireEye breaches. It's created a large amount of work that has partially interrupted video creation. Of course, it's not all that. Just because it's now Tuesday, so the weekend was basically spent on Cyberpunk 2077. Alright, so let's go through here. What was the source IP address? That would be Bill's. What's the destination URL? It's going to be the whole thing. http://jamesrlongacre.ac.ug/ac.exe. And the user agent was the firewall test dash don't block. No, thank you. I think we will block. Please search log management for details. Did that. Analyze the URL address. Oh yeah, that is most definitely malicious. Let's see, is there anything on here that we did not run it through? URL house. Oh, for abuse.ch. Sure. Hey, why not? I've already taken and pulled it up. Let's Can we find anything? Oh, async rat. And this actually gives me... Okay, beautiful. One more confirmation. All right, most definitely malicious. Oh, and we need to add artifacts. Oh, goody. All right, so URL address. We got the Ugandan. Malware domain. We have the IP address that it was reaching out to for the destination. What else we have? We did not get any sort of emails, but we did, or were, able to pull the MD5. Of course, at the time it was the SHA-256, but underneath details back from that SHA-256 body hash for the full URL. Underneath details, it does give the other various hashes. So we'll go back and we'll plug that in. So we've got the MD5, and that was what, the async rat, according to abuse. Yep, async rat. Anything else we can... Okay. The payload's recorded there. So I guess if we'd gone through URL house and done a check for the actual full URL, we could have pulled the payload SHA-256 hash from there. Never hurts to have another tool in the belt. All right, so we've got all that. We got the SHA, or no, the MD5. We've got the destination because there's not a user agent in there. Has anyone accessed it? Yeah. Bill Prod's machine attempted to make access. It's already contained from previous exercise, and we'll finish the playbook. Yeah, we got all that, but I'm interested in... okay, well, I don't want to get dinged. So we'll fill this back in again. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and pause right here because we're already 13 minutes and a half recording time. And I'll pick up as I'm doing the submission so you guys don't have to sit through a recording of just me re-entering the information you just observed me enter. Back in a second. Okay, so I've gone through and re-entered the information the second time, and we'll see about closing the alert. So this was blocked and we were alerted, so this is a true positive. The actual hit itself, okay, so this was a attempted async rat install to Bill Prod. System is already requested. Ooh. Requested. Quarantined. And close the alert. Alright, so that was what, the 29th? I'm fairly certain that the... Huh. Maybe third time was the charm in terms of entering in the information. I will have to raise this up outside of this video. But as it sits, I guess check the Twitter for notification from Let's Defend in regards to this one. Um, Although I got a fairly good feeling that this is just a screw up on the back end. I mean, it's not a false positive. We didn't get a detection for something that was not a suspicious URL. We've got enough indications that everything was malicious, which would have made it a true positive. But regardless, I'll take that up with them. Everyone have a good evening, night, morning, whenever you happen to actually stumble upon this. And I will see everybody in the next video.